Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Williams Return to Glory. In this episode, we are going to Monza and Sochi. Looking at the pit crew screen here, we're just going to run through everything real quick. Alright, so we've gone through and we've kind of messed with stuff and kind of had people go in different positions, but yeah, we've also renewed all the contracts, so hopefully that's not something that's going to come around and bite us. Looking here at the mail, it's all stuff about the last race. Here's an interview. Simple question, which one of your drivers is better? I'm just say Albon. Alright, so from the email screen, we have a thing from Nicholas Latifi. I can either pay for his little rest, or I can give him the trait on a roll, but kind of give him negative morale. I know what the happy trait does, but I wonder if on a roll is a thing that's going to last longer and it's going to have a better impact. So I'm going to go with on a roll just to kind of see what it is. So from the driver's screen here, on a roll adds 1 to everything, and it's going to last 1 week. It says the driver has won 2 races on the bounce. I don't think that's true. But it also gains 5 morale, so yeah, that helps a little bit. Hopefully he can perform a little bit better this weekend. So from the headquarters screen, I just wanted to show that we have got 8 weeks until we get the upgraded factory level, which gives us 2 extra slots in each of the performance and reliability slots. But I think I'm gonna just bite the bullet and buy the test track. This is gonna come in later, so hopefully this is the thing that helps us next year. And I don't think it's gonna be something that's gonna be an urgent thing for this year. So getting ready for Monza, our sponsors are going to be Lavazza, as always, the normal 1055 and the allocation. I went through and kind of refitted some stuff. One of the old parts that we had, it was assigned to Latifi because it had lower performance stat. I switched that over. It was a suspension to Albon because it had like 3 better performance. So on to Monza. So getting ready for practice, Latifi's had a bit of a boost with some of the traits he got from that on a roll perk. So his feedback is up to 14. Hopefully that's, with all the other stuff, it kind of helps his general performance in the race, and we kind of have 2 strong performances from our drivers this weekend. We're going to focus on the soft tire, and we're going to fast forward through practice. Alright, so after practice, we were 19th and 20th, and top of the board was Max Verstappen. Alright, so heading into qualifying, we were able to focus on qualifying trim. We got level 2 on the hardest set of compound, which I think is a medium, and then the middle compound, which is the soft. So we were able to get qualifying trim level 2, and then we have sweeter spots from our engineers. Setup-wise, we still have some work to do. I was just kind of focused on getting some race stuff done, so I think we'll do maybe 1 or 2 quick little like in and box laps, and then we'll start doing actual like qualifying runs. Alright, so I think Latifi with a 96%, I think that's the best we're going to do. I think this is the right change to kind of put this here, so we're going to start sending them out for their qualifying laps. Alright, so Latifi starts coming around the final corner to start his first lap. Or 1 point. Okay, Albon is 8/10 off of Stroll. Alright, so we're going to risk it, and we're just going to send Albon out just to try to get the setup correct. I don't think anything we do is going to put us into Q2, so. All right, we're going to send out Latifi. Alright, Latifi closes up the Albon. Alright, so eliminated in Q1 is Guan Yu Zhou, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Alex Albon, and Nicholas Latifi. Alright, so those eliminated in Q2 are Yuki Tsunoda, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Mick Schumacher, and Sebastian Vettel. Alright, let's see who starts on the front row. Alright, in your front row are two championship rivals, Verstappen and Leclerc. Alright, so on the grid for Monza, I mentioned before we are focusing on the soft tire in practice, but we were also able to get the medium tire. I'm going to try for the rest of the year just kind of focusing on two strategies here. We just keep both of them on the same page. We're not really going to have, those multiple options of strategy. So I'm going to try to be more conscious of that. So there's our knowledge car setup. We were able to kind of perfect most. I think Albon, I was at like 97%. I'd like to get to 98. But this is going to be the driver strategy. We're just going to get them all the way up to just about overheated, and then we're just going to put them on neutral for the rest of the race. All right, now on to your starting grid. So your starting grid for the Italian Grand Prix is Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, George Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Sebastian Vettel, Guan Yu Zhou, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Alex Albon, and Nicholas Latifi. Alright, 5 red lights. And away we go. Albon moving up a little bit, kind of getting checked up. Oh, someone ran wide. Who was that? That was Gasly. Oh, and he's got the worn soft tires, so he's kind of screwed. So we're going to... Oh, Albon is just picking up the paces here. So like I said, we're going to try to max out the tire temperatures. And then we're going to go on to medium. Alright. So I think that's it. We're going to go on a high. We're going to put TP on high. We're going to look what everyone else is doing. Same thing as we are. Alright, we're going to let Latifi push for a little bit. Alright, yep. And now his tires are good. Alright, so now this is the kind of the part where we're going to ride it out and kind of see what happens. Hopefully we can kind of catch a safety car at the right time. Specifically for someone like Latifi who can go very long on the medium tire. Yeah, we see Stroll ahead of us, or ahead of Latifi, has better management of his tires at the moment. You see Gasly's pitted, he's 10 seconds behind Latifi. Hopefully the cars in front of us, specifically someone like Ocon, can kind of fall back into our grasp through poor pit strategy. Yeah, Latifi's going to need a little bit more management with his use of tire. We're going to have to start pushing through the middle part of the run. Yeah, Albon's starting to fall back a little bit. I do think we're kind of proving we do need to kind of push it a little bit with the engine. I do think I'm going to work on a either a low or medium risk engine and hopefully get into the points as we see Gasly going by. Yep. So we're going to push to about 1.5. We see, yeah, Albon's going to have to pit sooner than I expected. I don't know if our tire wear is just that bad or if our management of the tires is that bad. So we're going to just pit him now. We're going to bite the bullet. Go balanced. And we're going to put both of them onto the medium engine mode. Alright, we're going to push Latifi a little bit. We're going to push Albon a little bit. Yeah, we're kind of equalized now with the field, and we're not in a good place. So yeah, looking here, we're going to pit Latifi. Yeah, he's not even going to be able to make it on one stop, so maybe this might work out in our favor. I'm not sure. Alright, wait, we're going to go on one here. One time speed. One neutral. We're going to let him attack out of the box. Just get those tires temperatures up. Yep, and there we go. Now we're going to go neutral. Alright, so Albon's the next one that's going to have to pit. Hopefully we can just make it a one stop onto the soft tire. Not one stop, but just a single stop onto the soft. Realize I probably should be talking into my cup. Hopefully that didn't sound too weird. Yeah, we are 5 seconds off of Magnussen, who's got brand new fresh tires. Best thing we can hope for is a safety car, as we're seeing Latifi has just gotten lapped. Yeah, so we are ahead of Stroll. Stroll's on fresher tires. We're gonna get the blue flags here in a minute for Albon and Stroll. So hopefully I can time it, and I think I am going to attempt to time it. Let's look here. How long will we get our tires to go? We were able to get our tires to go 14 laps, so we are on 14 laps remaining. So when it looks like we are going to get blue flags like this lap, I think we're just going to bite the bullet and we're going to pit on the soft tire, and hopefully we pit into a gap. Yep, there we go. He just got the blue flag. Alright, now we're going to push Latifi here, just to kind of warm the tires up, and we're also going to push Albon here. And Albon is right in the pack here, so he's going to get a bunch of blue flags. So we're actually going to back up, and we're going to conserve. Latifi, he's going to get blue flags in a minute here, so. Where's Albon? Albon's got a bit of a gap, so we can stop conserving. Once again, micromanaging. Last place finishes. Our specialty. Alright, so we have a gap for Albon, so we're going to let him kind of do a push lap. And is Latifi going to get... No, so we can push Latifi to kind of burn up some of his fuel. Kind of just have him tack, because his tire wear is not going to go up too quickly. We're just going to look at the tires here and make sure that we aren't overheating them too quickly. And we are there. Just are starting to here. Need to keep an eye on Latifi. Alright, so he needs to pit. How long were everyone else able to get those soft tires to last, or super soft tires? Yeah, I think we need to pit him onto the super soft tire. We are burning up too much fuel. I am stupid. Charles Leclerc, 2019, I think. Super soft or Latifi. And Albon's just kind of chilling. I think we're gonna go low engine mode just for like so we can hit like 0.2. Alright. That's good. I'm gonna say we're good. Yeah, we're gonna just Where is he at? He's in a pack, so we're just going to have him back up a little bit. Once we get both of them through into like a little gap, we'll just have them push. As Albon gets ahead of Stroll. So we're going to have him conserve the fuel. And then he's still not in a gap yet. I don't think he's going to hit a gap. Yeah, Latifi's just done this race. Alright. So we got 7 seconds back to Stroll. So at least we're going to finish ahead of Stroll with Albon. Or not. Because we just got blue flags and that screwed us. We're going to conserve our tires just so we can put a little bit of heat, or take a little bit of the heat out of them. So he's probably pushing. He's on attack. No, he's conserving as well. Yeah, Latifi's just screwed. We're just going to do this, and we're going to put him onto attack here. Alright, P18, P20. Alright, so just after the finish of the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, I forget what they call the Imola Grand Prix, but yeah, so we were 18th and 20th. We at least beat one person. Latifi at the end there, I was just on conserve because I was trying to find him a gap to kind of push and maybe put in a fast lap. Off chance, for some reason, he can get the fastest lap. Yeah, so not good results. Any real track where engines are crucial, I think, is where we're going to just kind of not even be close. Your points were Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Daniel Ricciardo, George Russell, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton. Your podium, Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, and your winner, Max Verstappen. Looking at the points, same old 6 at the bottom. Top of the board, Max Verstappen is now 3 races, or a little less than 3 races, because 78 is the max you can get from 3 races. Yeah, almost 3 races ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc kind of screwed the last race up. He finished 5th. Yeah, just inconsistent. Max has been good the entire season. Looking at the constructors, like always, I think it's all locked up top 4. Mercedes are they're still too far behind Ferrari. Alpine are starting to kind of fall back towards AlphaTauri, so there's a potential for Alpha to kind of overtake Alpine if they can kind of get some good results going. They're able to kind of gap themselves from Alfa Romeo. Aston Martin are on 4 total points this year, and then you have I think it's just the bottom 3 here. All right, so leaving Monza, we leave gaining 1.4 million. So we're going to do some pit crew management real quick. Alright, so we finished up our pit crew management here. Yeah, almost perfect. Yeah, hired some people. Yeah, it's all... We're doing a little bit better of a job than we did a couple episodes ago where we kind of lost half of everybody. So, moving on to the mail. All stuff about the last race. Here's the interview. Lewis Hamilton's agent has been telling reporters all over town that you're interested in signing his client. Is this true? Let's just say absolutely. Why not? For those interested, here's the Formula 2 results. Logan Sargent is your winner. You have Victor Martins second on the podium, and you have Theo Pourchaire third. I will slowly scroll through the results. Got 4 races left in this championship. Looking over at the Drivers' Championship, Logan Sargent has moved himself up into second. So he's kind of making himself out for a potential good candidate to jump into F1. He is part of our academy, so maybe we could look at him, but I think we need to look at, stronger drivers. But yeah, Dennis Hauger, 26 points ahead. In your team standings, you have Carlin, who are now ahead of Prema. Carlin, I think, were third or worse for most of the year. Prema was on top, so Carlin's kind of had like this huge resurgence through the second part of the season. Alright, so looking ahead to Sochi, unfortunately this mod was made kind of before the whole Ukraine situation happened, so unfortunately we do have to go to Sochi, and it was not a thing in the rules to where I could vote on removing it for next year. Yeah. But anyways, on to the race. We have Lavazza as our sponsor. Our tire selection's 1055. And I went through our parts. We've not built any parts this episode because these two races were so close together and the engines take so long to make. So we've been able to focus kind of on all the parts that are on Albon's car. So hopefully in this race we can kind of see improved performance for our team, and we can hopefully get those points that we've been looking after the whole time. All right, so getting ready for practice, we're going to focus on the soft tire, and we will fast forward through practice. So following practice, Albon was 16th, Latifi was 20th, and top of the board was Max Verstappen. All right, so getting ready for qualifying, we were able to get just one thing on super soft and quali trim. I'm going to put Latifi onto sweeter spots just because, I don't know, two different avenues. Our setup wise, I did a little tweak on Latifi's setup. Nothing major. It was at 97%. I'm just trying to get it to 98. On to qualifying. Alright, we got a time when Latifi gets to the line. So 1 minute 46 for Latifi getting across the line. So 1 minute 50 and 2 minutes is when we'll send the drivers out. We're actually going to send him out for a second time just because I feel like it might be a good idea. Alright, so Latifi starting his second lap. Both did really good with their tires and their brakes. They're both up. Both still up. They both gain a little bit, and Albon gets ahead of Magnussen. Alright, we're gonna cut it close here with getting him out of the pits. Alright, so Latifi coming around the final corner. He's gonna start his lap. Albon is gonna be very, very close to the line. He makes it. Alright, let's see what Latifi can do. He is up. Albon is up. Latifi's up. Albon's up. And Albon improves, but doesn't improve enough. So after Q1, Ocon, Vettel, Stroll, Albon, and Latifi are eliminated. Following Q2, Bottas, Tsunoda, Zhou, Schumacher, and Magnussen are eliminated. Alright, let's see who starts in the front row for Sochi. Alright, and it looks like Verstappen and Leclerc, same duo on the front row. So on the grid for the race, we have gone with the soft tires and the race trim for both cars, but we're going to start Latifi on the medium tire just to kind of see, just to kind of put him on a different option, and hopefully we can have him one stop, because it looks like even with the soft tire, it's going to be close on doing one stop. So we're just going to guarantee with him that we're going to just do one stop. Onto the starting grid. So your starting grid for today is Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, George Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Juan Yuzo, Mick Schumacher, Kevin Magnussen, Esteban Ocon, Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll, Alex Albon, Nicholas Latifi. And lights out. So we're just going to push them up until their tires start to get hot and someone goes off. That was Magnussen. We're ahead of both Haas's, or we were. Albon's doing a really, really good job here on the soft tires. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Alright, we're going to bring this down and we're just going to go on high. We're going to kind of look and see what other people are doing. Yeah, so we're the first people on a brand new, fresh set of tires, so we can just have Albon push for a little bit until his tires start to get hot. And then just kind of be on neutral for the rest of the stint. This might work out, so here we go here. A neutral on the tire. And we're going to leave Latifi pushing on the mediums. Yeah, 11th place right now with kind of all these people in front of us that are going to have to pit. And hopefully are going to be falling off pretty hard. We might be in a really good position here. Alright, Latifi, I've not been paying attention. Since he's so far off, we're just going to back up for like a lap. And then we're going to put him on neutral. We're going to push till we're about a lap down. Or not push, but we're going to have our engine mode on high until we go a lap down on the Delta. Just so hopefully we can have some fuel down at the end of the race. We seem to have a 4-second gap to Vettel behind us, who's on the medium tire. Seems like the tires are just kind of holding temperature here. As we see Norris is pitted and he's ahead of us. I'm going to go on to back up for like 2, maybe 3 corners just to kind of know what I'm doing with my tires. Alright. I'm going to go back onto neutral. I think the tire temperatures aren't going down as much as I thought. Alright. So they're 1 lap down. You know what? We're just going to go to 1.3. Alright, we got more cars pitting. Got Alonso that falls behind us. Looks like Ricciardo as well is behind us on a brand new set. So we're just in 8th place right now. You know, we've had pit stops, but that's really good for us to be in 8th place. Alright, we're coming up on 1.3 on the Delta. Alright. I'm going medium for both cars. Yeah, we're the difference between Latifi and Albon at the moment. Pause. Safety car. Alright, we're going to put Latifi onto a brand new set of soft tires because I don't think we're going to make... I know these say 29 to 31, but I have zero confidence in the fact that we're going to get it to go that long. So we're going to go into soft tires with Latifi just because it's what he is going to be able to go fast on with the modifiers we have. We will have to pit Albon. Albon missed the pit lane, unfortunately. So we're going to pit him onto softs. Hopefully we don't kind of lose time here. Alright, he's in 8th place, and he's ahead of Vettel, who Vettel didn't pit there. This might be one of those opportunities that we've been talking about this entire playthrough. Yeah, the safety car's heading to the garage. So, we're going to just play it very careful. We're going to go on to high, and we're going to push. Actually, we're going to attack on both of these. Both of them, just to kind of get the temperatures up immediately. We're going to push to about 0.8 on the fuel. And hopefully this bunching is kind of good for us and not a bad thing. Alright, we're down to 12th. Stroll just passed us, but Stroll's going to have to pit, so we're going to be a pit stop ahead of Stroll. Alright. Alright, we're going to keep pushing just a little bit longer. Alright. We're going to go on a neutral. Or medium, I mean. We'll go neutral, neutral. Maybe actually we'll conserve just a tiny bit here. Just to kind of get the tire temperatures down to where I can see them under the delta. Or the delta, I keep saying delta. Under where the tire temperature gauge is. So we're just going to hold neutral, medium here for a while. Got a lot of people around us who are going to need to pit. That includes Vettel, who's ahead of us by about 5 seconds. Got Ocon behind us, who is going to have to pit soon. He seems to be falling off just a tiny bit. Yeah, Latifi's still about 5 seconds back, but needs to be kind of like dropping like a rock. 13th place is Bottas. Bottas has got similar tires. He's got a faster car, so I expect him to kind of blow our doors off here. So we look about even with the rest of the field here. I'm hoping that the people that pitted onto the soft tires are going to have to pit again later, potentially. Quick thinking here. Latifi. Yeah, we're just going to attack Latifi here for a second. But we're going to pit him at the end of this lap and put him onto the softs. I know we can go onto the super softs here, but I don't think that's worth it for us at the moment. Alright, so he's pitting. Gonna keep focused on him for a minute. Alright, we're gonna have him come out and just be on... Or we're gonna let him push for a lap or so. Alright, we're looking at our tire wear here. I'm gonna let him push for this lap, and then we're gonna pit him this time onto the soft. We're gonna go balanced. Try to keep our eye on Latifi here. Alright, Latifi, we're gonna put him back on the neutral. Alright, let's just see what we can do with Albon here. Albon's still on push. We're gonna just put him onto just that for a minute. He's in 14th. Alright, I want to see how much we're seeing with... Yeah, we're seeing a lot of pushing and kind of holding back up, so we're gonna try to copy some of these moves here that we're seeing around us. Because we have Bottas ahead of us who's got fresher tires. Alright, we're going to go back onto neutral. We're going to go back onto that. I'm just going to try to conserve to kind of let us have some... hopefully some pace for the end of the race. Alright. So we're going to push him, hopefully. 14th at the moment. Slightly close on the fuel. I think we're... There. Let's just... for 2 seconds. Let's go like that. Until the fuel delta goes away. Alright. And we're going to switch it to push. We can guarantee that he's going to be within the window until the end of the race. Alright, let's see if he's getting a blue flag. Alright, we're 14th place. It was slightly disappointing, but... oh wait, that's not the finish of the race. Yep, so we're going to let him overtake. Alright, 19th for Latifi. Alright, we're going to just... look at that, going medium. Gotta go low. And there. Alright, 14th place. Alright, so leaving the race, Latifi, I wasn't micromanaging his stint, but also he was just, he's got the slower car and got the slower driver. He's just, yeah, it seems like our worst car is not as reliable as our top car with performance. I feel like potentially that safety car kind of went against what could have worked for us. I feel like it bunched everything up and kind of put everyone onto an equal strategy when we had people kind of pitting for this super soft tire, or who had the super soft tire and had to go into the softs. And I feel like they would have had to make an extra stop compared to us, because we definitely, I think we had a number on Vettel there. I'm not sure about Tsunoda, Ocon, and Bottas, but your points for the race. Aston Martin getting their 5th point of the year. You have Pierre Gasly, Alonso, Ricciardo, Norris, Sainz, Verstappen. Your podium, Hamilton, Perez, Leclerc. So looking at the Drivers' Championship, once again, you still have your bottom group here of 6 that have not scored points. Guan Yu Zhou seems to just have good enough pace to outperform the rest of us, but just kind of hang on to 15th with the average finish. Vettel gains another point. Top of the board, Verstappen's lead over Leclerc has closed up. Last time it was almost 3 races. Now we're kind of getting towards a 2-race gap. We've got 6 rounds left of the season, so Leclerc's kind of running out of time, but maybe if he kind of gets his final push going, he can potentially become a first-time World Drivers' Championship, or World Drivers' Champion. So looking at the team championship here, unfortunately Aston scored a point, so I think their points total, unless we kind of get a shocker of a race, is sort of unreachable. I think a 10th or 9th place finish is doable, but we're going to have to finish higher up than that to, even in a race, try to kind of usurp that. We can have one of those shock results, definitely, but I don't think we're going to get those through the rest of the season. I think a point or 2 is realistic. Top of the board, yeah, just still, it's like the top 4 are locked. Alpine is starting to get pressure from AlphaTauri, but AlphaTauri is starting to gap Alfa Romeo, and then still Haas and ourselves have no points. So leaving the previous Grand Prix, we gain 1.4 million, get our total back over 40 from buying that upgrade to our test track. Alright, so that concludes today's episode. Unfortunately, still no points, but Monza was as good as I think it could have been with kind of our lack of engine performance. I said that we were going to look at kind of potentially putting risk parts in, and I think after that race, I think it really shows that we need to kind of at least just the engine, kind of push the limit a little bit. I think next episode I'm definitely just going to make one illegal engine, maybe medium risk, and kind of put it in the car, and then hopefully we can just run that once or twice and hopefully don't get caught with it. And even if we do, it might only be a couple grid place drops from where we finish, and if we finish well within the points, it might only drop us a little bit and be in the points. Yeah, and then moving on to the last race, I felt like potentially that safety car was maybe not as beneficial as it looked, and probably was a little bit of a detriment with kind of the Q2 tire rule. So yeah, we're performing better than we did at the beginning of the year, but we need kind of luck to go our way. So if you enjoyed the video, all the normal YouTuber stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.